Oh, wow, Six Flags. You're you're closing one of your parks? What? Well, hey everybody, and welcome back to the Horror Master, I guess. And today, we got a very interesting announcement about like 3 days ago while recording this, and it's about them closing one of their parks in Maryland near Washington, D.C., being Six Flags America. So they announced that they are closing the park after this season. So the park is closing around November 2nd, and yeah, that is quite decimated. So Six Flags, you basically tell me that closing Kingdaka, the tallest coaster, you closed 8 rides at Six Flags Great Adventure, and on top of that, you closed Superman Escape from Krypton at Magic Mountain, you know, the third tallest coaster in the whole world. You closed the tallest coaster in the world, and then you closed a cute little slide ride at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. Six Flags, you didn't think that was enough losses for us? Well, now they announced suddenly that they're closing America for after the season. So after the season is done and over, this park is gonna be gone forever. Like, you're not just closing it for a while. No. You're closing it forever. Even if the world ends. This park's gonna be gone forever. It's gonna vanish. It's gonna turn into dust. It's just gonna be gone. Permanently closed. So that means if you're a local there, well, I'm super sorry, but your park is closing. And yeah, I feel truly sorry for any locals near that park, because they probably grew up at that park, and it's kind of sad to see a park you're nearby and close by and grew up in your childhood just closed forever. It's actually quite sad. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about my opinions on Six Flags and about the park closing. And then I'm going to predict what rides might get located and what rides might not. And then, I'm going to be talking about what Six Flags Park could possibly close next, because you never know. Six Flags said they were going to close at least one park, so who knows? They might close another one, which I bet they will in the future, because there's definitely other parks that are neglected by Six Flags, like Frontier City, Darien Lake, Great Escape, and so on and so forth. So in this video, that's what I'm going to be doing. We'll start off with Six Flags America. How do I feel about this park closing? So, yeah, this park was massively neglected by Six Flags. Not getting a coaster since 2001. Yes, I'm serious. Since 2001. And Great Escape's last coaster was 2003 until they opened the Bobcat last year. Which, that's insane. 2001 is 2 decades old. 2 decades. And that is absolutely insane. Oh my god. And yes, they did open 2 other coasters, but they were just relocated from other parks. So they weren't even original coasters built by the park. And yeah, they didn't do really anything to fix the park up or anything. They just kind of left it to rot. And, oh yeah, if you're wondering what their last true coaster was, it was Fat Wing. It's like a wing coaster model or something. I don't really know what those are called. But those are coaster models that used to exist, and they're now, slowly going away. Like, we had Firehawk at Kings Island, that closed, and then we had, a few other ones that closed. This is the last one on planet Earth. It's not even in any other countries. It's just the last one. And once the season ends, it is gone forever. And all those rides you probably grew up in your childhood, if you're local, those are all gone too. So yeah, but we'll get to what they're gonna be moving or just closing forever in a bit. But yeah, and so I hope you guys do plan a trip to go there, because it will be your last time. Unfortunately, I don't got time to go there. I got Six Flags New England planned for this summer. I'm also going to Maine this summer, which also has a theme park I'm also going to. It's like a little family park, but I'm going to Maine this summer. I'm even gonna film a video in Maine. So yeah. And then in 2026, I'm going to Six Flags Great Adventure and possibly even Universal Studios Orlando. So, yeah, I don't got time to go there right now. I got other trips to go to. So, yeah, I will be unfortunately going there. I actually was look. I know like every park in America. I was like looking for parks to like maybe like possibly go to in the future. And America I was never really interested in because the line ride just didn't really seem that good. It is kind of far from here. I live in New York State, and that's way down in Maryland. And it's not as far as like other parks, but it's not exactly easy to get there either. You would have to take a plane and stuff, unless if you want to try almost 7 hours there. But um, when I went to Great Adventure with my dad, like we got stuck in traffic for like 2 hours in New York, not New York, New York. I don't know how to pronounce it really, but it's a city in New Jersey. Didn't hear it was the greatest area, but we literally got stuck on a bridge filled with cars for like 2 hours, and it delayed the trip to like 5 hours, which is quite insane. 2-hour hotel into the park, which is very insane. So it's not really exactly easy to get there. And yes, I'm gonna be driving the maid, so yeah. But yeah, I won't be unfortunately going there, so in the future I can't give you a full review on the park. But it's decimated to lose a park out of the 14 parks Six Flags has. So yeah. And now about how I feel about Six Flags right now, honestly, I mean, I still got hope for them. I think Six Flags, I'm not sure if this is confirmed, but they could be remodeling the park. Like, what I mean by that is, like, build a new one to replace it, which I hope that's the case. What they should do is make a new Six Flags park once they close this park. Like, make a new park that's gonna be better than this one. And how they're building a new one in like Saudi Arabia. It's named like Six Flags Quadia. I sorry I can't pronounce that name right, but you know how to do that? Yeah, I think they should do that for America. And yeah, once the new Six Flags parks open in America closes, it's gonna still be 14, but it would have been 15 if America didn't close. But I hope they like at least do something to it. Like I hope they make a brand new park that won't be neglected and stuff, because this park was like the most neglected Six Flags park ever. Like they didn't take good care of it. It was just kind of left there. Like it's sad. And yeah, and I'm truly sorry for the locals that grew up there and it's closing and stuff. So, yeah, I don't really have any much more to say about how I feel about Six Flags right now, but right now, I still have hope for them because if they can I think right now what they're doing is Six Flags is like closing stuff right now to make improvements, which I hope that's the case. Like I still got hope for Great Adventure because even though they closed Kingda Ka, they could build something insane there. So yeah, we just have to wait and see, I guess. And if they're just gonna leave America rotting there, like if they're just gonna leave that space open with nothing there, then that will be insane. I don't think Six Flags would do that though. I think they got something planned. They just haven't announced it yet. So yeah. Now let's talk about the rides, like the roller coasters. What rides are gonna be relocated to other parks? To other like Six Flags parks and which of the coasters will be relocated. And then we're also going to talk about the ones that will be closed. That will be closed like forever. Like they're never going to get relocated. They're just going to be gone forever. So I'm going to show footage on the TV to show you the coasters I'm talking about. And I'm going to be just talking about like what rides might get relocated and what rides might not. So yeah. Now, let's start with the rides I think are most likely to get relocated. I think the flat rides here will most likely be relocated to other parks, like the Sky Ride, and usually the typical flat rides you would see at parks, because, well, they're really popular, they're enough to get people's attention, and, I just think they're most likely to be relocated. Now, obviously, there's gonna be some that might close, but I'm not gonna go for all of them since there's so many. So, just to put it short, I think the flat rides will be safe. Especially since they just got a brand new flat ride last year. Yeah, they just opened a new ride last year and they just decided to close it anyways. Weird, right? So I think that one will get relocated as well. So I think the flat rides are safe. Now let's talk about the actual rides, like the roller coasters, the stuff everyone cares about. The reason you go to theme parks, unless if you are too scared. Ooh. Okay, that was kind of cringe. Whatever. So if I gotta be honest, I think most of these rides, maybe even all of them, are never gonna get relocated. I think these rides are gonna be gone and shut down forever. Firebird is the first being in like floorless or stand up coaster or something like that. And I don't think this park, and this was a relocated ride, so I don't think it can deal with another relocation, which means it's definitely closing forever after this season. And then I know this is a weird thing to include, but we have this water slide. It's in the actual park, but it would have been, but it's like a odd thing because it would usually be a water park, but not like an actual park. But yeah, this one is definitely closing for obvious reasons. And then we have Choker Chinks, which is absolutely closing as well because the spaghetti roller coaster models are literally dying. Like all of them are closing, which most of them are closed by this point. So this one's definitely not getting relocated. And then we have the Minor Eraser, which is also closing definitely because one, nobody likes this ride, and two, they never get relocated. Unless if you want to make it even worse. But yeah, this ride's definitely going to be gone soon. Consider that they're at most parts anyway. So yeah, this one's definitely gone. And if they're not closing, then they're getting repainted. I mean, like every time they close, they will get repainted instead of moved. So yeah, if this park is closing, then there's no way this one's getting repainted. Then we have War, which I heard is a very awful ride. So I don't think this one's getting moved either. And yeah, I just heard it's an awful ride, so I don't think Six Flags is gonna be moving this one to any other park. Then we have Raging Cajun, a Wild Mouse coaster, and yeah, this one is definitely not gonna be relocated at all either, because most parks have Wild Mouses already, and also Wild Mouses never get relocated, so this one's definitely not gonna make it into the relocation part, so this ride's gonna be gone forever. I actually heard this Wild Mouse that was pretty good, so yeah, it's kinda sad I won't be able to go on it, but you know what? It's fine because because I don't really go on Wild Mouses. I heard this one was good though, so it's kinda sad I would never be able to go on it. And then we have Superman Ride of Steel. Which, you know what, honestly, I think it's a low maybe. It's like a maybe, but slow. I don't think this ride is gonna get relocated, but it has a better chance than the other rides. Because the problem with this one is it would take up a huge chunk of land if this was ever to get relocated, and a lot of parks already have hybrid coasters, like hyper coasters and stuff. And the parks that don't are usually family parks. Now, I would be happy if this was moved to like Six Flags Great Escape or something like that. But I don't think that's never gonna happen, especially since there's not enough space there to get this ride there. Same with Frontier City. It's a family park and it's never gonna and this ride will never be moved there because it's too small. I mean, it would be awesome, but like it would be absolutely not work. So I don't think this one's gonna get relocated, but I could maybe see it happen because it would suck to lose a big ride like this. And then finally, I think and then the final coaster. I can't say the correct thing there. I mean here. I can't say anything correct here. LOL. So the final coaster on the Switch, which I think is most likely to get recoded, is Wild One at Six Flags America. I think this one's most likely because since it's like one of the oldest coasters in like the entire world, it's over 100 years old. So I could see them keeping this one as a history coaster. Like I could see them keeping this one around. Like Comet is almost 100 years old, and they kept that one. Like it used to be at a park, but they basically moved it to Great Escape. So I think I could see this one being moved to another park, like maybe a small Cedar Fair park, or maybe a park in a different country, just for history. I don't think this one is fair. Like I don't think this one is like absolutely, but I think it could get relocated. So that's my final thoughts on the coasters that could get relocated. And like I mentioned earlier, Bowling is absolutely getting removed. Those coasters, or don't like. This type of coaster is the only one left. It's absolutely getting removed, and it's not being relocated. And yeah, I never been on one though, so it's gonna be quite sad I never been on one. But you know, it's fine. At least we still got those ones where you look down, like Superman Ultimate Flight and Six Flags Great Adventure. So that's cool. So now we are at the final segment of this video, which is probably going to take up a lot of this video, and that is talking about what Six Flags Park is most likely to close next. So I'm going to put it into a tier list. S tier being no chance of being removed at all anytime soon. A tier being definitely, absolutely, most likely to survive. B tier being in the middle, like it could close someday, but it will probably keep going for a really long time, but probably not forever. And then the C tier is gonna be like a pretty good chance, but not quite there. Where it's like absolutely. And then finally we have absolutely close in the future. Like they're not gonna survive it. Like they're not gonna survive. Like they might pull it off for like a few more years, but that's about it. And oh yeah, I will include Cedar Fair as well, because they're both technically connected to each other, so I'll get to talk about Cedar Fair for once. Yay! I've never been to any Cedar Fair park, honestly, but you know what? Someday I am planning on going to Cedar Point. It's probably gonna be like a few years, hopefully. So, you know what? We'll include Cedar Fair, and I know every park, so yeah. So, I'm not a big Cedar Fair expert like I am with Six Flags, so if I'm like wrong about a couple of these parks, well, it's just because I've never been to any of them, so yeah. We'll start off with Six Flags, and then we'll save Cedar Fair for last. So, let's get started. So, first we have Six Flags Magic Mountain, a park I've never been to, but it's absolutely not closing. It's literally in the most, like, most populated state in America, California. This park is super popular, being considered one of the best, if not the best, Six Flags park ever, tied with Great Adventure. So this park is in S tier. It's absolutely not going to be closing, like, ever. It's going to be sticking around forever, probably. So, absolutely. So, this park is definitely going in S tier. Then we have Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, and I'm going to put this one in A tier, because they've been adding a lot of new rides here, so yeah, I think this park has a pretty good chance, like a really good chance. I don't think it's absolutely gonna survive. I think it could close in like the far, far future, but it's like sticking around for a really long time. So I think it's A tier. Also, I heard this park has like a 170 feet limit or something like that. That's weird. Okay. And next, a Six Flags park I bet quite a lot of you have never been to, Six Flags Mexico. I think this one also has a really good chance of surviving. So I'm going to put this one in A tier, maybe even close to S, because this park is also constantly getting new rides and stuff. It is in a great location, being in Mexico, which is a pretty populated country. So I think this one will stick around for a very long time, so I think this one's gonna go in A tier, close to S, above Discovery Kingdom. Then we have now moving to the Midwest. We have Six Flags St. Louis, and I think this one is a C tier, maybe close to D, because Six Flags doesn't really take the best care of this park, and this park isn't really received well by theme park enthusiasts. So I think this one will pretty much close someday. I don't think it's absolutely, but it's definitely probably gonna close someday. So I think this one is gonna be C tier. I don't think it's gonna be absolutely like in a few years, but but I wouldn't be surprised if this one like close someday. So I'm gonna put Six Flags St. Louis in C tier. Then we have Six Flags Fiesta Texas, and this one's going in S tier. It has no chance of closing. They're constantly adding new rides. They take good care of this park, and it's really well received by fans. Plus, it's in a great location, being in Texas, the largest state in America outside of Alaska. So this one will definitely survive until the end of time, S tier. Then we have Six Flags Over Texas. Same with Six Flags Fiesta Texas. This park is S tier. It's not closing anytime soon. They already just got a new ride last year, the Aquaman Power Wave. So this park is definitely stayed probably until the end of time. So this one is gonna be an S tier. So this park is safe. And then we have Six Flags Over Georgia. And I'm conflicted between an A tier and an S tier because this park has so much rides, including an RMC, which if you have an RMC, then that's a pretty good sign that the park is being taken care of, in my opinion at least. So I don't really know where to put this one. I think I'm gonna put this one in A because I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it has as much of a chance as like Over Texas, Fiesta Texas, or Magic Mountain. But I think this park will stick around for a very long time, considering how much culture it has in the state it's in, being Georgia. I think this park will last for a really long time. I mean, I almost put an S tier, so I think this park is gonna be sticking around for a really long time, possibly forever. But I'm gonna put this one in A tier. I could change my mind because this is a hard choice, but I think A tier, high A, is the right choice. And then, of course, we have Six Flags America, which is going to D tier because it's already gone. Now it says closing, so it's absolutely closing, so D tier. Absolutely closing in November. They just confirmed it. It's D tier. I don't even know why I mentioned it, honestly. But it's going in D tier. I'm so sorry for the locals. And then we have Six Flags Great Adventure. We're starting again to the east, mostly the northeast, because there's quite a bit of Six Flags parks in the northeast. So starting off with Great Adventure, despite them removing where we the tallest coaster in the world, and also removing 7 other rides, being Green Lantern and 6 other flat rides, I'm gonna put this park in S tier because 1, it's a huge park. It gets a lot of crowd, and 3, they're opening a lot of new rides in 2026. Like we're getting 2 new roller coasters in 2026. That just goes to proof right there that Six Flags does take care of this park a lot. They constantly update this park with a lot of stuff, and they don't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. So this park is definitely going in S tier. This park is absolutely gonna stay for the end of time, and I'm glad since it's one of the closer Six Flags parks to me. So at least I got a Six Flags park, I guess. Even though it's sad that the tallest coaster closed, but yeah. And hey, if Six Flags America closes for you guys, and yes, I'm talking to the locals. At least you got Great Adventure near you as well because it is a great park. You guys should check it out once the 2 new rides open because well, you don't really want to go here right now as you can tell by the footage I'm showing you without Kingda Ka. And then we have Six Flags New England, the second Six Flags park I've been to outside of Great Escape, and I still think this is one of the most beautiful parks ever. Like, I actually think the Superman area, which only looks like one of the best coaster areas out of any theme park. And I think this one, is either gonna go in A or S, honestly. It's kind of tough, like, over Georgia, because I maybe could see it closing someday, but at the same time, they got like the best It's like not the best rated hyper coaster, being Superman. They're opening a new roller coaster. They seem to constantly update the park. So I'm leaning toward low S or high A, but I think maybe I'm just being a little biased because this is my local Six Flags park. I was saying Great Escape, but I'm gonna put this park in low S because I think this park will stick around for like ever. Maybe I could see it something happening, but I think it has like a 98% sticking around. I'm gonna put in low S. I almost put in high A, but 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 they're opening new rides pretty often and stuff. So I think this park is gonna go in low S, maybe high A. So that's where I'm gonna put it, low S. Now we have Six Flags Frontier City. I actually forgot to mention it during the Midwest segment of the Six Flags parks, but I think this one's D tier. Honestly, I think this might be the next one to close. The next Six Flags park for a few reasons. One, this park doesn't get new rides often. I mean, there's already abandoned hotels in the middle of the park. I mean, maybe it's not abandoned, but there used to be like a roller coaster inside of there, and there's not anymore, and there hasn't been anything added there lately. So yeah. Two, it's not even really owned by Six Flags. It's owned by someone else and it's just operated by Six Flags. So yeah. And three, it's not a lot of people go here. Like I heard like in quarantine theme park YouTubers and like theme park Avenue and stuff. I heard this park doesn't get much crowd like at all. I mean, look at this footage. Like no one's here. Yeah, so yeah, there's the abandoned hotel. But yeah, I think this park is the next one to close. I don't think this park's gonna be sticking around any longer. I think it will survive in like 4 or 5 years, and then it's gonna close forever. So yeah, I think this one's gonna go right in D tier. And then we have another really interesting one, and I wanted to mention Frontier City because, like Frontier City, Six Flags Great Escape is a family park. And even though it's got more intense rides than Frontier City, which at least I heard I'd never been to Frontier City. I've been to Great Escape like 2 times, but I never been to Frontier City. So Great Escape is interesting because it's a park that's been around for quite a long time. Originally, it wasn't a Six Flags park. Originally, it was just a family-owned park, and then Six Flags acquired and took over it in around the 2000s, I believe. And a lot of rides closed. Like they closed like the Nightmare ride, the Rainbow ride, and like the Mouse Cheese ride. I don't know how to describe that one. But yeah, and they seem to like not add anything new to it for like or a long time because our last coaster was Canyon Blaster, which was in 2003. And our last frail coaster was the Flashback, which I believe was in like 1989 or like 1999. I have to look back, but yeah. But here's an interesting part: the park got a new coaster, the Bobcat. And that gives me a little more hope that the park will stay for quite a while because I feel like the park would have been closed by now, but it seems like they would have kept it around. They keep keeping it around and stuff, and and with the new coaster and everything. And since I haven't put a park in B tier yet, I think I'm good. I know this might sound strange, and maybe I'm just biased because it's my local Six Flags park, but I'm gonna put it in B tier. I think this park might stick around for a while. And besides, it seems like this park does get a decent crowd as well. I mean, look at this footage, there's like a lot of people here. So, I think this park will stick around. I feel like it could close someday, but yeah, I just feel like this park is in the middle. I just feel like I think it'll stick around. Like I feel like it could close someday, but I think it'll be around for a while. Maybe even a long time. So I'm gonna put this one in B tier. Now we have Six Flags Darien Lake, one of the closer parks to me, but I never been there because I don't think I'm because I just don't think it's really worth it to go to. It's like almost 4 hours from me, and I heard this park wasn't that good. So yeah, like I heard it was like one of the worst Six Flags parks. And based on all of what I heard from it, I think I'm gonna put this park. I'm either going between D or C, honestly. But honestly, I would put it in C. I'm gonna put it in low C though. I think the park it has like like they did close under wide the giant wheel, which is weird. I don't know why I would close a Ferris wheel, but whatever. But I feel like this park will definitely close someday. I think they would close other parks first, like Frontier City. But I feel like Darien Lake will probably be one of the next ones. So I'm gonna put this Darien Lake in low C tier. It's not absolutely, but I could definitely see it closing someday. And also we have a current fee because Frontier City doesn't have a DC section, Great Escape doesn't have a DC section, and Darien Lake doesn't have a DC section. And they have Ride of Steel, like Six Flags America, but well, it's not themed to Superman. So yeah, despite having the same current scheme, so yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put Darien Lake in low C tier, and I mean whoa, like it's like almost D tier, but I'm just gonna put it in low C tier. And then we have Six Flags Won't Ron, and this one is also interesting. Fun fact: do you know Six Flags Won't Ron actually translates to in English Six Flags The Round? Yeah, pretty funny, right? But anyways, so I conflicted between C and B tier for this park because I know this park is absolutely hated by fans. I also heard people saying this park is overhated, which I can't really say anything about since I never been. But all I can say is this park looks absolutely beautiful. It's like surrounded by a lake and stuff, kind of similar to like Cedar Point, and dang, it looks beautiful. I mean, look at this right. It looks so nice. Goliath. So, yeah, I'm gonna put this park. I feel like Six Flags has the potential to like make this park like so like people will like it. So I'm gonna put this park in B tier. Honestly, I'm kind of around Great Escape level, so I'm gonna put Six Flags Fall Round in B tier. Actually known as Six Flags Fall Round. And then we got Six Flags Great America. And unlike Six Flags America, this park is going in S tier because this park, it's beloved by Six Flags fans. And also they got just so many roller coasters, which I heard most of them were great. Outside of like Demon or something, I have to go here one day. I heard this park is super good. They're even getting a new dive coaster, which is pretty cool. Anyway, Graph of Rekshije or something. I don't know how to pronounce that last one, but yeah. This park is definitely staying like until the end of time, so it's going right in S tier. But we're not done yet, folks. We still gotta do the Cedar Fair Park. Whee! So first, a park you weren't expecting to be on this list, Gallery Gardens. So if you guys never heard of this Cedar Fair Park, it's operated by Cedar Fair, but it's owned by the city, kind of like Six Flags Frontier City. So yeah, now, Gallery Gardens it's just a family park, that's all. You go here to bring your kids. Older rides are just kiddie rides, basically. The most intense you'll get is family rides. It's just a good place to enjoy nature and bring your kids. So where do I rank this? Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess C tier, I guess? I don't know. I mean, I just learned about this park like a few minutes ago. I didn't even know this park existed until I watched the Airtime roast video, so, about ranking Cedar Fair Park. So, yeah, I mean, I don't even know if this park is still open. I think it is. So, yeah, I guess I'll just put this park in C tier. I could definitely see it closing someday, but I don't think it's absolutely considered that. It's just a place to enjoy nature and watch your kids go on rides. So, yeah. So moving on. So, yeah, just kind of consider this park like an honorable mention, I guess. So let's move on to actual Cedar Fair parks. Now we have California's Great America. And don't get me wrong, this park looks pretty good, but this park is going in D tier because there's wary rumors out there saying that this park is going to be closed soon. Like a lot of people have been saying this park has been closed, it's going to be closing soon for a lot of reasons and stuff. And you know what? I can agree. So this park is going to go in D tier. So let's move on. And I'm also very sorry for the locals that actually enjoyed this park during their childhood. And now we have Michigan's Adventure, by far considered the worst Cedar Fair park. This park, I think, is gonna go, it's either C or D. So I'm gonna put this park in D because I don't think it's gonna stick around forever. Honestly, I definitely think it's gonna close someday. And maybe even in a few years. So honestly, I'm going to put this park in D tier. Considering that this park isn't even that popular. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be sticking around as long as other Cedar Fair parks. Now we have Valley Fair. I think I'm going to put this park maybe around... I guess B. I'm just going to put it right in the middle because I could... Actually, no, I'm going to put the park in C because I could definitely see it closing someday, but I don't think it's an absolute. I could definitely see this park closing someday, so I'm going to put it in C. Now we have Dorney Park, my local Cedar Fair park, even though it's 3 hours away, just as far as Great Adventure from me, but yeah, I never been here. I never been to any Cedar Fair park, but I definitely would like to visit one soon. But for Dorney Park, I'm gonna put this one in a B tier because I'm just gonna put it right in the middle because I could see it closing someday, but at the same time I could definitely see it sticking around for a very long time. So I'm gonna put it in B tier. Plus this park gets some new rides, so you know what? I'll put it in B tier. Oh yeah, if you're wondering how I know about this stuff, it's because I watch a lot of videos on these parks, so yeah, that's how I know. Now we have Worlds of Fun. And you know what? I'll put this park in high C tier, I guess. I don't really know much about this park, honestly, but I guess but I don't really hear much people talking about it, so I guess I'll just put it in high C. I don't really know much about it, so yeah, moving on. Then we have Kane's Dominion, which honestly, I'm either gonna put it in A or S. But honestly, I think it's S tier because this park, it has an RMC coaster, it has a Giga coaster being Intimidator 305, which I heard that ride is so intense that when it was first made, that first turn was so intense that people already passed out on it, which is quite insane. But yeah, this park is taken good care of, so I'll put it in S tier. Same with Carowinds. Their lineup is packed, and they already have Fury 325, the tallest roller coaster with hill in the world, which is quite insane. So this park is going to go right in S tier. They update it a lot, and just like a beautiful Fury 325 is. I'm definitely going to plan on riding this someday, but yeah, this park is going to go right in S tier. It's going to last until the end of time. Then we have Canada's Wonderland, and this one is super interesting. It's like the second farthest one away from me, so yeah, second farthest Cedar Fair park away from me. So it's like what? No, closest I meant. So yeah. So what do I think of this park? I'm gonna put it honestly, probably an A tier, maybe even S tier. They got a Giga coaster. They got like everything here. They do have lots of roller coasters, and they do get updated pretty often. I heard maybe. So I'm gonna put this one. Probably, I did hear that they have a couple really bad rides, so I'm just gonna put this one in high A tier. Then we have Knott's Berry Farm. I think this one is S tier. This park is super popular with a lot of popular rides like Accelerator, Ghost Rider, and so on. So I think this park is gonna stick around for until the end of time. And it is in a popular state, California. So yeah. Then we have Kings Island, which is S tier. This park is super popular. It gets constantly updated with roller coasters, like Orion. Look how cool this ride looks. And this park is absolutely gonna survive until the end of time. So I'm gonna put Kings Island in S tier, and I'm definitely planning on visiting this park someday. Same with Cedar Point, our final park. Wow, I can't believe we finally got this far. Cedar Point is S tier. They get constantly updated with new rides and all the other stuff I've been saying. They already have Top Row 2 coming this year, which looks quite interesting, to say the least. It looks fun though. And of course they have Steel Fences, which I heard is the best RMC coaster. They got Millennium Force, a Giga coaster, a B&M Wayne coaster, and Gatekeeper. They have so many cool rides here. At least I heard of. They got Maverick and all this stuff. So this park is absolutely staying until the end of time. Oh my god. That was the most longest, that was probably like the longest discussions, like / review video I've ever done. Wow. Hell, anyways, that's gonna do for today's video. Wow, I still can't believe we're closing Six Flags America. I mean, come on, Six Flags. That's like literally your capital park. I am saying that because that park is already right near the capital of America, Washington, D.C. So, I actually can't believe they neglected their Six Flags park. That's literally near Washington, D.C. That's insane. So yeah, I'm truly sorry to the locals. Go to Six Flags America while you can, because I got other trips planned this summer. And make sure to like and subscribe to this channel if you want more content. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Why are you sad about Six Flags America closing? That park was just not even good anyways. It was like the worst Six Flags park, because it was massively neglected and the coaster lineup is garbage. Oh, first of all, that's a little harsh, and second of all, it's a big loss to the company. I mean, they're closing one of their whole theme parks. It's not like they're closing a roller coaster, they're already closing the whole park. And that's sad to the locals. Whatever, you're too sensitive. Well, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!